time stakes as we approach the end of the season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only if you find a way to win. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Arizona State Sun Devils, Mountain America Stadium in Tempe. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Sun Devils will kick it off to get us underway. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Johnson wants to throw it. It's complete to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
And the Wildcats really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Looking to throw for it. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Hunt is on its way. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Football with the run. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Buying some time. He'll get rid of it. It's complete. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Trying to impose their will with the run. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
And the Sun Devils come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
And here they come, going for the first down on 4th and 2. Wants to throw. It's Levitt. Buys a little time. Makes it ran past the marker. He's there to make the stop, and not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7.
And this offense is built around this dude. I mean, he is sensational. He's been so fun to watch, like play, pitch, and catch, spread the ball around, complete and total command of the offense. And that's why he's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's got a real chance to go to New York and try to win that Heisman Trophy.
How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And now listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be... There he goes! He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, and that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
They'll try to run for it. That ought to be enough to give Kansas State the first down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And this defense has given up some yards, getting all the way down here to 1st and goal, but great job on 1st and goal. Getting the tackle for a loss and not guaranteeing a pass, but putting this offense in a more difficult situation and trying to end this drive by only giving up a field goal.
Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score.
This running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And they tacked on the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Cal is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Aaron Rodgers should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Virginia. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. First play of this drive comes from the 27. The offense changing the play. Back to pass, it's Levin. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
It's so hard to defend these guys. You know, it's 1st and 10. Everything's available to you. You don't know if it's run or pass, and then you add in the scrambling element with the quarterback. He does a great job scrambling outside, getting outside the pocket, and then at the end of the play, not taking a hit, getting a first down, new set of downs for the offense.
Wants to go up top on first down. The short hands, it's Tyson. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down.
And an early completion for this dude, but you'll see a lot of that. I mean, he's been unreal this season, like spreading the football around, multiple guys. Every game you look up, he's putting up huge numbers. This offense is built around his ability to throw the football, and that's why he's one of the best in all of college football.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure coming. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And everyone needs to have their packages. When they go 5 wide and they spread you wide, what's your answers? And I like the defense right here, bringing pressure, getting to the quarterback, and hitting him as he throws the football.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Here's the give off the left side. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
You want to stop the run game? Get the big defensive tackles in the middle, getting penetration. Those big boys eating up blocks, taking away gaps and holes for those running backs to run through.
Using his power and his sweet feet to get into the backfield quickly.
And you know you're athletic when you're described with power and sweet feet. I mean, just put those two things together and you're just pretty amazing.
Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. To the air, it's Levin. Got his man on the right. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. He might want another play. Wide receiver comes in motion. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Touchdown, Arizona State. Oh, that may be in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. He'll try to tack on one more. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big, a lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll operate out of split backs. From the gun, the ground game. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. Motion from the wideout. Johnson looking to throw. And the defense, got him at the 27.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game playing one of the fast quarterbacks in the country. They were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It has changed.
The Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. They'll move the tight end. Second down, he'll throw it. Got a man. It's Edwards. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Let's see what call they have on third and long from the 28. He's looking downfield to throw. Finds his man. It's Bradley. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end.
Well, that time on third and long, they just took what the defense gave them. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make somebody miss after the catch. Wasn't able to do it, so now it sets up fourth.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Brown. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Johnson wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. And the Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Edwards. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's Jackson. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And the Wildcats come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
He had nowhere to go with the football. 4th down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw it big? It's 4th down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with a sack.
Dropping back, it's Levitt. Rushes on him. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass. Fires to the right. All by himself. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
You know, as a quarterback in college football, if you just play one play at a time and do your job, the stats are going to come, the wins are going to come. Here we are late in the year. With that last completion, he's now surpassed 4,000 yards passing on the year.
To the air on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the 2nd half to get some stops.
And he tacks on the extra point. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Johnson looking to throw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. They'll run the screen. Turning it on. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
And what a great job of being cool under pressure. He knew there was a defender about to hit him, and he held on to it as long as he could before letting it go. He paid for it, But what an accurate shot vertically down the field for an explosive play in the passing game.
Little touch pass to the receiver. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
The Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. At the 35, he's loose. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a first down, and they have to show some urgency here.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. On the Houdini-like moves, get it to the 22. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. Good right down the boulevard. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10. That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Kansas State will kick off as we get things started here in the third quarter. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hamilton. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Breaks into the open. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
The Sun Devils come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. To the air, it's Levin. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
And the Sun Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Looking for space. It's White.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air, or you've got to be more physical up front.
From the gun, the running back has it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Quick with the spin move. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try. Oh, he's got some space. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
This guy's in the Heisman picture because his stats are just ridiculous, and he threw for over 300 yards last game out. He's putting up another monster game here today, guys.
Inside 4 minutes to play here in the third. Looking to throw, it's Levitt. With the catch, it's Moss. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Sun Devils can really attack on this second and short. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Caught over the middle. It's Hamilton. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Late in the year, this guy is square in the middle of the Heisman Trophy discussion because of his performance. He throws a nice completion there for a first down, but it's been week in, week out. Big moments. He's led this team to a ton of wins. He is their best play.
And the Sun Devils have it in scoring position on first and goal. He wants to throw it again. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
Well, he tried everything he could that time just to not take a negative play. He didn't get sacked. It was a great job avoiding that. He's just able to get what he can get on the scramble play here, down close in the red zone.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. Brown has it. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Working that left side now. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they've kick-started this drive with that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. They'll send the back in motion. Johnson wants to throw it. Firing to the right, complete. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
This defense is just simply not playing around. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big prevent coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. Third play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting after this quarterback.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. That's caught. It's Bradley. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Now, I got to tell you, as an offense, moving forward in this game, 3rd and long, you're going to have to push the ball downfield a little bit more. You got to throw to the sticks and give yourself a chance to convert these 3rd downs.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Oh, a lot of space. He's at the touchdown, Kansas State. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands, right to him, and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Hamilton. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Back to pass, it's Levin. Looking to scramble. He throws back across and into the defense. A dangerous play. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Quarterback making checks. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Bring in the heat. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it along the sideline. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. To the air. It's Levin. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Connection to the right. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils. That ought to be enough to make this lead insurmountable. And with it, they'll be a perfect 10-0.
Salt into a wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
Coming out with it, it's Crockett. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week.
You gotta have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some...
There he goes! Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
This defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's the big-time moment. In the 4th quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
This quarterback is making outstanding decisions so far in this game, and you've already seen it throwing the football. The guy already has over 200 yards passing, but he's doing it in the running game as well. Really good decision that time. Seeing nobody accounting for the pitch guy, you flip it out, you pick up a nice play offensively. Really good football IQ from the quarterback position.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Brown. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
Grab near the marker. It's Brown. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Kansas State has it 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mailing in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over, like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few 1st downs and make something positive happen.
They put it in the hands of their playmaking receiver, but he will be stopped short. It's 4th down. This offense believes you are given 4 downs for a reason. You've got to use all of them. 2 for 3 so far today. Johnson looking to throw. Trying to barrel in. Makes the grab, and there's not enough room. The defense was ready. They kept their leverage, and they come up with a fourth down stop. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board.
Well, we saw the coaching staff on the sideline challenging this offensive line to end this game. They've got the lead late now, and they know they're going to continue trying to run the ball to ice it.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Smart move to keep it on the ground. At the 15, he's loose. A really nice run from deep in his own territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 29.
That is exactly what you want from your offense. Create some space, get out of the shadow of your own end zone, Palmer, and make it easier on this offense.
Yeah, it's nice when you have a running back like that, too, that can create that space for you. Now, if you're the play caller, your entire playbook.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play.
You don't see a ton of wide receivers come in as true freshmen and just take over the game and be the best player on the field. Man, he's done that as a true freshman. It's been amazing to watch, and that's why he's in the Heisman Trophy hunt as a receiver, which is not a normal thing. So it kind of shows you what kind of potential he has. He can win it as a freshman. He can win it as a sophomore. Shoot, he can win it as a junior. This guy has unbelievable talent.
Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Running back searching for a hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Back to throw, it's Levitt. Zings it complete to the right. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. They came into this game with plenty of people putting them on upset alert, and they were ready for the challenge.
And they passed it with flying colors. And this is what you want to do as a team. You want to make these little statements across the season. And they proved, Palmer, the difference between them and the other team being ranked is wide, and there's a reason why.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equally, and they showed that here today, dominating in all.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage, they've given up some plays, no big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Now the play fake. Throws toward the end zone. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row.
This offense isn't calling the dogs off in this game. We're here late. They're still taking shots, and a big reason why is how good this quarterback has been all game long. 4 touchdown passes. He's reading the defense. He's playing in rhythm. He's throwing on time. He's been accurate, and late in the game, they're still letting him take shots.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State! And the pummeling has started. That score pushes this out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Out of the gun, the inside give.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. The Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment, because today, oof, it was not a good day.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Firmly in control of this game, we'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to it. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.